can hear me.
Find the truth to the spirit, not a rest on me. Gotta teach it to my people, no rest, no sleep. Spirit on me screaming out SOE. Truth to the facts, no lies, no cheats.
Y'all know what we
Bringing
about
out
to
the
do.
truth, now we rockin' to the beat. The blind lead the blind,
Slide.
if he ain't in the truth, then he ain't my home. Holy
My
rule, I got a
TikTok.
spirit on me. Can you feel it on me? Got the blood on me. Stop wishing what it could, but it was homie. Got the whips on my people,
Let go.
slaves on me. Don't cry for me.
I know some of y'all are just gonna hate me after this one, but just like the WWE, the NBA, and the NFL are both 100% what? Scripted. You see my face, you just gotta know I'm speaking facts, bro. Let's get into it. So we all know that the WWE is obviously fake and rigged and, you know what I'm saying, staged. WWE brands itself as sports entertainment, not pro wrestling, okay? So naturally, I'm trying to see if the NFL is sports or entertainment. I look it up on Google, first thing I notice is that nothing pops up. Every source I found, though, says that the NFL is an entertainment business rather than a sport. NFL has defined itself in court as a sports entertainment business. And when I say fake, I don't mean the players. These are obviously still the best players in the world. It's just that they now have to follow a script. It's serious money and power behind these teams, y'all. Look at how much money they're making a year. These are billions. There's a lot of similarities between ancient Rome and now, y'all. They doing the same thing.
That ain't my first time hearing that.
Making music is my hobby.
I don't doubt it.
habit. I got to have it.
I ain't gonna really touch on that though.
Because, you know, children don't arrive into consciousness until around 6 or 7 sometimes.
So I would disagree with that. I think children are very much conscious than us, especially when you're talking about like on a theta state. Children are very conscious. Now, what happens with children is we mold them and we dumb down their consciousness. Like, have you ever seen a child when they're like 3 and they play with toys or they play with imaginary shit and in their mind it is real? They got capes on, they jumping off couches, they talking about monsters, they see things that's invisible. They have an invisible friend that is real to them, having full-blown conversations. They're interacting with other dimensions of densities. They dream. Their imagination is out of this world. They make a whole house out of a damn box that you order from Amazon. Then we constantly tell them no. We tell them don't jump or you will bust your head. We installing fear into them. We telling them what to watch. We turning on the TVs. We introducing them into these electronics, EMF frequencies like cell phones and tablets. We are dumbing down their consciousness. And I think the children are here to really teach us on how to be free, but we can be free thinkers to expand our consciousness.
I used to see shit all the time. I used to feel shit. I ain't really have no imaginary friends, but I used to see all kind of shit. And my family used to make it like either one there I was crazy, but I used to feel energies and see shit. Yeah, I know what that's like. Kids are really like that. I ain't into that imaginary friend shit.
Get these gems.
Like the energy in here is just not right. So I want you to focus on one key thing. This is the ground plans of the Louisiana Purchase Explosion, St. Louis, Missouri, 1904. Keyword 1904. Now first look at look at that. You see how the south is up north and the north is down south and the west is east and the east is west. So you see how they flipped already. They didn't flip the compass. So now everybody's direction is off whenever they're looking for something particularly, or whenever they're trying to see where something is or what something is. So key word that I want people to see, because north ain't south and south ain't north and east ain't west and west ain't east. Little do people know, so they kind of got your brains a little going now. I want you to notice there were a lot of things that were over here. Ground plans, it says 1904, right? So Morocco wasn't even founded until 1952. So what is this? You sure this ain't the ancient Jerusalem and ancient Morocco right over here next to Illinois? California was right over here, Temple Inn, you see Japan, right? You see a bunch of little hold on, you see Great Britain. Yes, this is on this land. You see Sweden, you see Cuba, you see China, you see Belgium, yup, Austria. All of these places were over here. All of these places, Italy, all of these places were over here, right on this land specifically, right? And this little thing that you see right here, you see how they got it a sky view? This is a sky view. This is this that I was just showing you. This is what this looked like from an east to west view. This is what that looked like, baby. When they got over here, that's what they saw, baby. They know what they saw, baby. Greatness. Come on, Moors, stand up. They know what they saw, baby. Greatness. You think we ain't had this whole land on lock? Come on, man. Come on, man. Slaves ain't built no White House. We did. We built all this. Moors did, baby. Ancient Morocco. Now, I'm gonna go back to this, because remember, if the new Morocco was founded in 1952, then that must have been the people that purchased this land and took the Jerusalem from over here and threw it over there. They took Morocco from over here and threw it over there, because we can find letters from George Washington writing to the Sultan of Morocco. So if the Morocco that's established over there in 1952, if that was just established, then this must have been the Morocco he was writing to. That's why they got Cahokia, Illinois, and you also got a Cahokia in what? Exactly, or Cairo, shall I say. You got a Cairo, Illinois, and they say the Cahokia mounds. We got a lot of mounds over here. We were mound builders. They didn't want to call us pyramid builders. They called us mound builders. Let's keep that in mind. You see, we got Tennessee over here, Idaho, fraternity. You see what I'm saying? Look at that. Virginia, Georgia. Come on, man. Like it never stops. You see, Missouri was way up here. So we in Missouri. I'm in Missouri right now, but how Missouri way up here? How is this a map of the land that I'm on right now? But Missouri is just this little teeny place next to Louisiana and Wisconsin and Ohio, New York. Why is New York all the way over here? How is New York all the way over here? Ohio, New York, Massachusetts, Minnesota. So clearly we had these places. North Jerusalem. For those who claim they're Israelites but don't even know where Israel is, this is Jerusalem, the holy city, buddy. Sorry, you got Iowa, you got Mississippi, and mind you, if you're wondering why it looks so confusing, you should be. They flipped your whole world upside down. So you see south is north, north is south, east is west, west is east. So you have to learn a whole new form of directions. And remember, that right there, if you're wondering where that compass comes from, I'll show you. The compass that you see, if you know nothing about the quote-unquote Mayan calendar, they do. It's right there, see? Make windows out of it, make all kinds of signs out of it. Let's keep that in mind. So that's where your compass comes from. This is how we knew how to navigate, right? Seeing that quote-unquote what they call Mayan calendar, what we call it the moral compass and mental magic. Of course, because we do not go by anybody else's names. Yeah, they said that we would never rise again, so hey, I just wanted to show y'all one more time so you can see just how deep this was and how good this particular land itself is. Instead of going everywhere else and looking everywhere else, remember the west is east, the east is west. The north is south, the south is north. So they just kind of had it all flipped up. They kept the symbol the same, but they put the N up here, S down here. W over here, east over there. So now you think this is the west, and we think that's the east. But really everything just kind of been what? Flipped, right? So like I said, this is in 1904, just so you can see the date, see we're not joking. That's in 1904. Now, if the new Morocco was established in 1925, March 2nd, I think, no, 1952, March 2nd, then who is that? Who is that little? And you see they got the little pyramids within that. Who is that specifically? See Jerusalem, who is that? You see a lot of these different, they say Mexican restaurant, who is that? Who and exactly what was that? You see India, you see Guatemala, you see Puerto Rico. Long before it was divided and separated into corporations and just made corporate states and corporate nations more. So going back to the actual natural nations, you see Cuba once again up in there. You see Italy. So when you see them talking about us basically running up in this or running up in that and doing that, no, we were basically right over here, buddy. See Annex, see the Philippines, right over here. All this is over here. The Philippine exhibition, you're seeing the top sky view, right? With the information right on the inside of it. Just letting y'all get a little. And you see Arrowhead Lake, right? Arrowhead Lake. You know we got Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Keep that in mind. I don't know if they got.
I don't know. I gotta watch that again.
You are looking at one of the strangest patents in the entire U.S. patent system. Patent number 2006-001425A1, Walking Through Walls Training System. This patent refers to a unique process, a training system that enables a human being to acquire sufficient hyperspace energy in order to...
That last video, I gotta do more research on that.
This is very real and was used by the US Army at one point.
Running through walls.
According to a belief, the bodies of the Nephilim transformed into mountains. The Bible mentions that when fallen angels procreated with humans, their offspring, known as Nephilim, came into existence. These beings were described as possessing immense strength and being of colossal stature. However, at some point in human history, they mysteriously disappeared. In an intriguing theory, it is proposed that during Noah's flood, a significant number of Nephilim were petrified, eventually transforming into the mountains we observe today. Throughout history, there have been allusions supporting this idea. For instance, in a speech delivered by Abraham Lincoln in 1948, he spoke of an extinct species of giants whose remains filled the mounds of America. Additionally, hikers who have explored mountains and caves claim to have encountered formations resembling giant human shapes. These references raise the question of whether these occurrences provide evidence for the theory that the Nephilim's bodies were fossilized, ultimately becoming the mountains we encounter. The connection between historical accounts, ancient speeches, and first-hand observations by hikers provokes curiosity regarding the possible truth behind this hypothesis. Further exploration and investigation are needed to ascertain the validity of these claims.
There's a lot more to that than just that. That's all I got lined up for right now, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, man.